afternoon. Good afternoon. I'm gonna wait for a few more people to come in. I've been posting a lot today, so I'm out of notifications, I'm sure. So I don't actually know what it even looks like when the creator uses all, I don't know. So I know that I hear a lot of people saying, "Oh, I didn't get a notification." It's cause me, man. I'm posting a lot today, so y'all might not just get it. So we'll wait for a little bit. I want to talk about a new subject. So it's a really sad scenario, and I'm not going to put out a ton of information about it just right yet, because this is a special case. It's got some different complexities in that it is what you would call a closed case. But if you visit my community section of the channel, guys, you will see a petition for baby James in the community. There, I probably just given out too much information. But I was reached out to today by a wonderful woman that is an administrator in a Facebook group that I joined. And I posted a video. I forgot. I posted a video in the group, and the administrator, she's the one that accepts or denies the posts. She's one of them, and she reached out to me, and she said, "Hey Ben, my name is such and such, and I'm an administrator, and I'd like for you to take a look at something." And so she sent me over some reference materials, and it's regarding baby James. He's 2 years old. He's from Palatine, Illinois. Baby James was in the care of his paternal grandparents when baby James was found unresponsive and was clearly dead. So there's been a lot of different details involved in this one that are just so very. I mean, it's just the worst of the worst. So the baby was found with a cut on his lip and a swollen tongue, trauma to the mouth, and there's some allegations of some other stuff going on with maternal side of things. That goodness, Miss Kara, I've spoken only through text, but she seems very positive and upbeat. And I just don't know, with everything that I know that happened to her, how she makes it through a day. Kara is absolutely a phenomenal woman on so very many levels. But it wasn't just Justin, there was prior abuse, and there's prior abuses from dad, and it's just admitted abuses, and it's such a heartbreaking story. Um, you know, this is one that it's very hard to digest. You start reading, and I mean the very first article that I read, it just started out like, this is gonna make you cry, and it is a mother's plight for answers, in a county where, for whatever reason, politics, elective seats, I don't know fully yet what all the parts and pieces are, but I know that this mother, she's by all accounts a great mother, and was going through a custody battle, and paternal grandparents had the boy. It's a disgusting thing when you read and you start to deduce through what you know about some of the players, and then you start to deduce what happened to baby James, and it's just so heartbreaking. It's one of those things that is, it's even beyond, it's Hollywood could not even depict this thing. It's just the worst of the worst. So all that, there's just no good way, hold on, we're buffering. There's just no good way to, no good point to start or to stop. Like, this thing is, it's bad in all the worst ways. So, we're certainly going to manage our posts tomorrow so that we can get the most awareness for this young lady. This one here could be one that changes laws and legislation, potentially. There definitely is unarguably something else happened or going on. This child was healthy, although when the parents, from what I read, I shouldn't say parents, Dad thought that the boy felt warm and was going to take him to the pediatrician after he got out of work. And I don't know, there's a lot going on. The boy was found with something going on with his nostril. There was some red colored foam, hold on, sweetheart, in the nostril area, and what you would call as obvious signs of some sort of trauma.
Steps ahead of you.
Oh, sorry about that. Some sort of trauma. We're going to dig into... Oh. That's okay, G-Dog. We're ready. it's just a disgusting thing the way that these children are being preyed on. I had no, me too. I had no idea so many children um, were battered and bruised and killed and marginalized and kidnapped and uh, just left for dead. Like it's a disgusting international phenomenon. I'm not going to say it's an American problem. It's a problem that happens everywhere. Um, you've got marginalized children, and then you've got sick adults, and the two of those just don't mix. You've got sick adults that are predatory in the way that they hunt children and consume them, essentially. You have a lot of places internationally and even here in the Americas where young children could be um, essentially consumed by a predator of some sort, and they just never find the bodies, and I don't know. It's a really tragic, sad thing because I think that I want to believe that as soon as an adult hurts a child, it sucks that they don't have the foresight and the wherewithal before they kill a child to say, hey, I'm really encroaching in. I need to stop. I want to believe though that after a child um, has been put down in that way, that there's an immediate regret. There's an immediate remorse. There's an immediate, overflowing, if you will, of conscience. Um, but just because that's the way I want to think doesn't necessarily make it so, right? Yeah. Thank you, G. Thank you, G Dog. I mean, these babies out here are, I don't know. I'll tell you this: there is a small win in all of this, guys. Is that um, the work that we're doing right now, all of us, the work that we're doing, the families are going to continue to reach out to us, and they're going to continue to want support and awareness from a positive organic YouTube platform. We're going to discuss the pros and the cons of you know of being involved, um, because of course there's going to be some of that that comes automatically, due to the way information is transferred online these days. Um, you almost have to take every situation and tragedy online in order to get the maximum amount of awareness. The town hall meetings and the food trains. Those things are a thing of the past, right? We're people, humans as a whole. We've lost, this um, these younger generations. The digital age kids, they have no nostalgia. They lack a lot of the basic feelings and tools that some of us other people from the 80s on back. If you grew up looking at pictures and holding pictures of yourself as a kid, then you understand what I'm saying. But when you think about these young kids in terms of their life and their sentiments, some of these kids have never had an actual analog photo taken of them, in film. I suppose the closest some of these kids have been is, having a CVS digital photo printed out, but never that kind of Olin Mills. There we go. That Olin Mills sentiment, right? Like a lot of us grew up in a way where we Olin Mills, Sears, Montgomery Wards, a lot of different places had a photo photography set up, right? Like right at the store. And when you would get your Olin Mills packages back, like A lot of us old schoolers, man, we could walk down somebody's hall and it'd be filled with Olin Mills, or we would know, oh, that's a Sears photo, or that's a Monkey Ward's, or that's a, Olin Mill, whatever, right? Like it's a Kmart used to do it. I mean, it's just these kids nowadays, they don't have any damn sentiments, right? So nowadays, if these kids aren't ingenious enough to put their photos and all their stuff on in the cloud somewhere, I know so many people, young kids. As soon as that water hits that phone, or that thing gets cracked, or it don't work no more, all those pictures and all those sentiments that they spent all that time doing and arranging and amassing are just gone like that. And there's just, they're so used to taking a picture and then deleting it that they don't have the sentiment, right? So um, that's America is kind of, and not just America, everywhere, but these younger generations, if they don't, if they don't get aligned and get with the program, like we got a real serious apocalypse on the way. Like we're just in a bad place. Like what happens when these next generations don't want to be politicians, or they don't want to be carpenters, or they don't want to be culinary artists. Like who's gonna do these things, right? Like who's gonna trim trees, and who's, what I mean? Like who's gonna, right? Because these damn young kids, if there ain't no damn Xbox or iPhone hooked to it, they don't want shit to do with it. You know, that's the real truth of the matter. You know, um, so much so that to entice the young minds into the armed forces, a lot of these different things that they're now controlling with automation and robots and technology, the actual controller for it is an Xbox controller. Like these kids are flying drones from California in the Middle East, dropping bombs and smoking folks on these drones with Xbox controllers. It really is like it's a psychology. If you remove the idea that they're actually running a piece of software and a piece of tech overseas that's killing people, and you make it look like what they're used to growing up on, the ever so important and calming Xbox controller, right? You can see grown 20-year-olds these days flip out about these damn Xbox controllers. And if life was an Xbox controller, then shit, we'd all be superstars, right? So yeah, man, ask you guys a question on this Friday afternoon while I'm getting stuck in this traffic. What have you done for your kids lately? Now, I'll ask you another question. If you raise those said kids, those children correctly, and they're grown now, guess what? My question to you is what have your children done for you lately? Right? What have your children done for you lately? If you've got that environment with your children, you're always looking for that next thing with the kids, right? So, man, find a kid. If you don't have any kids, find a kid that you think um, could use some help. Bless them, right? Absolutely, twins 28 for sure. I apologize. We don't have a lot of people over here today, right this second, talking about baby James. Usually we have a pretty good group of people. Um, yes, Nathan and Cynthia. We'll get it fired up though, and we will get some awareness. We'll start cooking some awareness up. And in the meanwhile, guys, please go over to the community section of our channel and, man, click the link for that petition. Do that for me. I think a couple of days ago they were at 10.5. I don't know. We ought to really be pushing for 15 or 20K by the end of this weekend, right? So um, that's one thing that you can do, guys. Is you can spread around these petitions. You can find ways to get active in these groups, and that you don't have to go in and force yourself upon any scenarios. Our people don't. We don't do that. All you got to do is go in these groups and man, what the hell you got going away? Trying to watch a video, but you're really loud. Oh, Wakacha! I forgot what I was saying. Um, gotta love them. Gotta love them. You don't own no headphones? Yes, you do. You got like 2 sets of them, 3 sets of them. Yeah, but they can still hear you. That's the thing. All right, guys. Well, so we're gonna go another few minutes, and then we're gonna give it to the daughter face and let her listen to her makeup, girl. Yeah, this traffic, man, in Dallas ain't shit. At 2:30 in the afternoon, it's already started. Hey, April, G Dog, twins, Nathan and Cynthia, twins, Jocelyn J, Irene, all you ladies, thank you. Thank you for joining us. Um, yeah, we're going to be firing up tomorrow. Tomorrow evening, sometime between 7 and 9, 6 and 9, somewhere in there. I'll let you guys know. And we're going to fire it up for baby James and his mom, Kara. And we're going to start scraping into this. Now, anyone that's on the team and is interested in having the information about baby James before we speak tomorrow, please comment below with your email address or email me. I know pretty much everyone has my email. If you want the baby James information right now to get yourself caught up, um, then email me and in the title put baby James, and I will forward you some very very holy shit, I'm going the wrong way. Why did I do this? Uh, we'll send you some information right away. Um, so, guys, remember, the absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence. Find a kid, all right? Plow a field, sow a seed. Love on a child. Love you guys. Bye.